Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm going to be doing a client tutorial on this soft but not so soft golden glam. This is my first ever client tutorial, so stay tuned. Shania's face is already prepped and I'm going to be starting with her eyebrows. I used the e.l.f. brow gel and the Maybelline brow pencil and lash glue to do her eyebrows. Here I'm just outlining her eyebrows with that Maybelline. I like this pencil because you really get like a really precise line compared to the e.l.f. one. That's why I didn't use the e.l.f. I use the brow gel and the lash glue to keep her eyebrows in place. As you notice, I'm brushing her hairs up and in the direction that her hair grows naturally. Here I'm using the L.A Pro Girl Concealer in Toffee and the Tarte Ultra Creamy Concealer in Tan. I really like the Tarte concealer because it's really creamy, and that's what I like about it because it doesn't like give that dry look. In this clip, I forgot to show you guys what brush I was using, and it's the Anastasia concealer brush, and the number is 18. So here I'm going to use the Real Techniques setting brush, and I'm just going to pat that concealer in and smudge out the edges to give me a smooth base. This is the P. Louise base in the shade 0, and I'm going to use that on her lids to make her background colors pop more. The brush I'm using is like an angled brush that I got out of a makeup brush kit from Amazon, but I really like this brush because it gives you the shape that you need already because it's angled. And I'm just going to use that setting brush to blend out the two shades. So I'm going to be using the shade Prima Donna and Artificial out of the Nikita palette from Morphe. And I'm going to use a fluffy blending brush from e.l.f. I'm just going to pat these shades in to her eyelids. I'm not really dragging it. I'm just patting it in. And I'm just going to pack on the color till I get the desired shade. go back in with that brush that I was talking about, and I'm going to use the P. Louise base in the shade 0 to give her like a soft, it's not really a cut crease, but I guess you can call it like a soft cut crease. From the Nubian 2 palette from Juvia's Place, I'm using the shade Nairobi to pack on as a base color before I put the glitters. Here I'm just going back in with that Prima Donna and Artificial to blend out those edges to give it like a, ombre effect. So I'm using this glitter adhesive that I got out of a glitter pack from Anastasia, and I'm using the J. La Rue Cosmetics in Heavenly. These are pigments, and they were only $5 from J. La Rue Cosmetics, and I used Heavenly and White Diamonds. Just look at it in this low light. I'm using the Essence Super Precise Liner to do her liner. I'm not going to do a wing liner because I feel like that's going to be very dramatic for this type of look that I'm going for. But I really like this eyeliner because the brush is really thin and it just gives me a straight line. Now to my favorite part, the face. And I'm using Calamine Lotion as a primer. I'm telling y'all, this is the bomb. Like, it's gonna make your face so matte and smooth. Just watch. I'm telling y'all, just watch. Be sure though to just apply a thin layer because you don't really need that much and it dries super fast. And I'm gonna be putting on her lashes while I let that sit in for a bit. And I end up doubling these lashes because I wanted more of a fluffy look. I got these 25mm lashes from Amazon. I'll put the link in the description. I used the Maybelline Super Stay foundation in Warm Coconut and Mocha and a foundation brush to apply this all over her skin. I'm gonna go in with this Morphe E63 brush, which I love because it gets in all the small places, especially my clients with lace. It gets like in those hard to reach places. And look what I was just telling y'all. This looks like skin. Like, it looks like skin. Smooth and buttery, just how it should be. And I'm going to go back in with that Anastasia number 18 brush to carve out the top of her eyebrows, and I'm using the warm coconut shade foundation to do that. So here, I really tried to get her eyebrows as even as possible. I noticed that she kept raising her left eyebrow, so I don't know if that was the reason why it was so hard to get them even, but I think I got them as close as possible. So here I'm using that Tarte shade in tan. Then I'm gonna go in with the Kylie concealer in almond, but I realized that it was too dark, so I went in with the shade chai on top of that. I like to blend out the edges first because I like to let the inner corners sit for a minute. With a damp beauty blender, I'm gonna blend out the areas that I just highlighted, and I'm still gonna leave those inner corners to sit for just a little bit more. So I'm using the setting brush to blend out the areas that I let sit because I didn't want to use the beauty blender to blend it really deep into the skin. I wanted it to pop out some. So I just blended the bridges of her nose and around the edges with the beauty blender. Here I'm going back in with the foundation brush just to get a smooth transition from the highlight and the rest of her face. I really wanted her under eyes to pop, so I added more of that concealer and I went back over the bridge of her nose as well as her forehead. I'm gonna let that sit while I go in with the shade Java. And I like using foundation because it doesn't give really a harsh look. guys see how it just pops so much more? I'm just gonna blend it back out around her face, and I'm really just blending, blending, blending. So I'm starting with Laura Mercier and Sasha, and before I put that on, I'm just blending out under her eyes to get those creases out. I like to set under the eyes first because it tends to crease first. So I'm gonna do that before I contour her nose. Again, I'm using Java to contour her nose. I like to blend into the eyebrows and the transition shade color to get that really deepened effect. Here I'm using the Morphe That's Rich Pro Face Complexion palette, and I'm going over the areas that I contoured with the Java foundation. With the Revolution blush palette, I'm going to go right over the area that I contoured, and that's going to give it like a perfect blend. Make sure you get those cheap. I'm going to use my foundation brush to pat in those areas that I set with the powder. This highlight I'm using is Ghost of Colors. It's called Chasing the Sun, and I'm putting that right over her blush. I'm using the L.A Girl lip liner in the shade brown to outline her lip. I'm using a disposable lip wand to smudge out her liner. And then I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Catsuit in Caught You Bare Naked and Send News. I used Caught You Bare Naked in the center of her lips, and then I added a bit of Peach Stole My Look to give it like a pink color. Here I went back in to blend the liner some more, and then I added a clear gloss on top. I set her face with the Morphe Luminous setting spray, and then I tapped it in with the foundation brush. I added Trophy Wife to intensify her highlight, and I'm really pleased with this look overall. I like to go in with the foundation brush to kind of blend the highlight and the contour together. Just look how this looks in low light. It's super gorgeous. I ran out of disposable mascara wands, but I'm adding mascara to her blend her lashes. And then I'm gonna go in with the Real Techniques smudge brush and add Morocco to her lower lash line. I mixed Nairobi and Zuri together and added it to her inner corner, just because we're going for this very golden look and I thought it would give it a pop. I did end up adding mascara to her bottom lashes, but we are at the end of this look. If you like this look, like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll have more of these videos for you guys. See you in the next one. Bye.